In this video, I'm going to tell you why you should have a Bedwars warm-up. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay guys, so we're in the first game. Now, the reason why I made this video is because I see a lot of people who play Bedwars, they will ruin their stats by playing Bedwars straight away instead of doing a warm-up. I'm making this video to tell you guys why I think you should be using a warm-up in 2022 for Bedwars. Okay, so the first reason why I think you should be using a warm-up is because when you play Bedwars straight away, you're typically not that good for like the first a few games you're online because you need a warm-up. And when you're bad, then you lose stats. So if you want to have good stats, you need to warm up before you play Bedwars. A big part of Bedwars is sort of clicking and CPS and stuff. I mean, CPS and Hypixel doesn't matter that much, but it does matter enough that you should be considering it. And for me, I find when, especially if my hands are cold or something, and I'm trying to butterfly click, I'll just butterfly click really slow. But whereas if I'm warmed up and I'm trying to butterfly click, it'll be fine, and yeah, all looks good. Personally, I find the best sort of way to warm up is just by clicking as much as possible, but so that you're not just bored clicking in like the lobby or something, there's definitely ways you can do that. One of my favourite ways to warm up for Bedwars, and probably one of the best ways you could warm up for Bedwars, is, in my opinion, by playing on things like minemen. Now, minemen, if you don't know what that is, I'll put the IP in the description, but it's basically just a PvP server. You don't have to play like 5 games before you go on to thing. You can literally play 1 or 2 games, and you should be warmed up or semi-warmed up. For me, I like to play the mode boxing, because it's basically just clicking and aiming. That's literally all it basically is. And it also is good for practicing combos and stuff, but because Bedwars is not a speed-based mode, which boxing is, there is no speed boxing, but mine doesn't have that yet. Since Bedwars is a mode where you don't really always have speed, it might be even better to do a mode such as Top Fight or Classic or something like that. You can even do Classic on Hypixel, but typically it's way laggier and way more glitchy. So I would just recommend playing some duels on minemen instead. From my experience of playing Bedwars, I've found that if I warm up a lot, or warm up at least even a bit, I typically play better and I typically get more wins straight off the bat. Also, it doesn't affect my stats as much because I'm normally going to be playing better as well. Oh, that was close. And unless you care about your stats on minemen, which I don't even know if there is stats, there probably is, but unless you care about stats on minemen, which who really does, then this is like sort of a simple, carefree way of warming up. I haven't played minemen that much, but I do in boxing. I think I have like gold or something, which is along the lines of 200 wins, 100 wins. And I've got that from not playing a long time straight, but I'll just play a few every day, and you slowly rack up an amount of wins, and also you get much better at PvP in general if you play on the minemen. So in theory, you could warm up on Hypixel in the duels lobby, which is not even a bad shout. You could warm up by playing boxing, you could warm up by playing classic or a bridge duel. I like playing bridge duels quite a lot, so sometimes also warm up as playing a bridge duel. But if you're looking for no lag PvP or low lag PvP, the best server is probably minemen, and you're better off getting combos and getting better at PvP on there than if you were to get better on Hypixel. This video sounds really like anti-Hypixel, which it's not, but there is a lot of stuff which makes Hypixel bad, and I'm just exposing that. Think about it this way: if you're playing minemen.club every day for a warm-up before you play Bedwars, and you play 2 games a day, across a month that is 60 games, across a year that is like 700 games. So realistically, doing even 2 games a day is a lot better than doing 0, so you may as well. This guy's being really weird, but I think I'm just gonna buy a couple jump boosts and I should get a rush from here. Okay, here we go. There you go, he's gone, out of here. There's also another good server which you can play on to warm up for Bedwars, which is called Bedwars Practice. And this is obviously a good practice server for Bedwars. but it's not just a warm-up, it can also just be for like getting better at Bed Wars. Since this guy's been annoying the whole game, I guess I'll be annoying, and I'll get some prop, I'll get some pearl, 2 ender pearl, an ender pearl, 2 things, and some more blocks, and just get everything really. Okay, so this is minemen.club, this is the NA one, and here's different modes. You can click the unranked or the ranked, but if you're just doing it for a warm-up, you're typically going to want to play unranked, unless you want to play like against good people, but typically you're going to want to play unranked. So you come over here, there's solos, duos, and FFA. Duos is dead, but FFA is pretty good. It's just like classic duels, but you're fighting everybody. And here's all the different modes. This is obviously boxing, but some modes I would recommend for warming up for Bed Wars specifically, because Bed Wars is a non-speed mode, is modes like bridges. Bed Fight's really good because it is basically like mini Bed Wars games. Sumo even, Battle Rush, and Top Fight as well, but no one really plays Top Fight anymore. But those are definitely some good modes you could play, and there's also some other modes as well. And you can also play these in duos, and there's also the FFA mode, which is classic. Most people play classic, which is basically just where you go over here. There's no one here really. Oh, there's a guy. See if I can get him to fight me. Alright, and then you just sort of fight here. See, like that. And you just fight people over and over again until you want to go and leave, and you can do that as a warm-up. On this is another server called bedwarspractice.club. The IPs for these 2 servers and Hypixel will be in the description, by the way. And on here, the server, there is different bridging practices, there is techniques and different modes. So there's bed defend, there's ladder clutch, wall block clutch, all these different things. Bed bars are like blocking, and all these different modes. You can also do Bed Wars 1v1s. So you can do like bed break fight, and there's also just normal Bed Wars 1v1, so it's like a normal rush. I especially don't really use this server as much as the Minemen and Hypixel, because the Bed Wars mode has in like the hotbar thing, when you go to buy stuff from the shop, it's not organized and it's very hard to organize. Personally, I wouldn't really play on this myself, but there definitely is some really good practice techniques in here, like bridging and stuff. And it's very unlaggy. It's not laggy at all, and it's just good for practice in general, but also can be very good for a warm-up. Thank you guys for watching this far into the video. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I put a lot of time and effort into these videos, so it's really appreciated when people do so. And also, maybe consider checking out my other video, the playstyle changing one. I'll leave a link in the description. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'll see you guys all next time. See ya.